I know Leslie has kind of talked about Kill Bill being, I suppose, like an influence on The Acolyte and kind of, the action and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I'm wondering for you specifically, for both characters you've played, were there any kind of specific touchstones you were kind of trying to, I don't know, reach or draw upon?
Yeah, I mean, from the jump, me and Leslie like intuitively had the same references. And we just found that we loved all the same movies. Um, Kill Bill was a huge influence to both of us growing up, and when it comes to this series, we also are both huge lovers of Donnie Darko. Um, when I thought about character design in particular for May, I thought about Go-Go and the Hime haircut, and I wanted to figure out how to translate that over um, to an aesthetic that would also honor black hair. So that was something that contributed to May's character design. But when it comes to their personalities, I mean, I always love the idea of a femme fatale, of an assassin who is covert with their approach. And that was the way May was written on the page, but it was something that we deepened together both when we had production meetings about what her fighting style would be like, what her character design would be like. We wanted to make her not just a show of brute force, but always deceptive, always using her wit above her strength. And with Osha, I thought more actually about the male characters in Star Wars that I love, like Luke Skywalker and Han Solo in particular.
Yeah, I mean, with the jacket especially, it looked very. When I seen it, I was like, yeah, that kind of looks like it looked Star Wars, I guess. I'm wondering, I mean, specifically about, you know, you kind of touched on this already, but the idea of like May is, a character who uses her kind of her, I guess, her wit and her kind of her guile as opposed to physical strength. But you were doing a lot of like really full on fight scenes in it.
Yeah.
Um, I'm wondering, I mean, like, obviously, I mean, I've seen you like in The Hate You Give and even to something like, The Hunger Games. I don't think you've done something like this before, or even Columbiana. Like, I mean, you were quite young, I know. And I guess I'm wondering, I mean, has this always been something you've wanted to do, a very physical role? Or was this something you kind of had to be, I don't know, talked or coaxed into, I guess?
Well, I didn't have to be talked into it, but it wasn't something that I necessarily anticipated
Sure.
doing. And I didn't even know what my relationship to it would be. And then once I started learning, I just loved it so much. I think I expected it to, like, I didn't think of myself as someone who has a relationship to fighting or like violence, I
Yeah.
guess. But then once I started training, I realized that it was really just about movement and dance. And that is something that I have a relationship to. And then I feel like it opened the doorway for me to really understand the beauty of stunt choreography, but also of martial arts.
Yeah. How do you think going forward now in your career? I mean, now that you've done this, do you think you're going to do more of it? Do you think, or it's sort of like I've done that now and I can draw a line underneath it?
I would love to. It's so much fun. And it's arduous in the best way. It's so rewarding. And it's just an opportunity, I guess I realized, to think about the physicality of your character in an even deeper way.
Yeah. Um, Final question because I know I've got a minute left. Was there anything specific that you might possibly have either taken, with the blessing of everyone involved, or was it something you kind of slipped into your bag and walked out of the set with? And can you admit to it now? Like, I mean, I know we're on camera and everything. Can you admit to it now?
There might be a few missing things from the set. Well, okay, the thing that is the coolest that I took that I've already admitted publicly,
Sure.
cat's out of the bag, but we had this massive 3D printer on set that was used to print anything you could imagine, you know, leaves on trees, robots, pieces of wardrobe. And I have the first 3D printed version of my droid, Pip.
Oh,
And he has like instead of with the actual puppet we used to call the Baby Lexus because it was like as complicated as a Lexus we would imagine. It
okay.
was such an intricate puppet. But my version, the 3D printed version, has a magnet that connects its head so it can still swivel around.
No, that's really cute. It's a very cute little robot as well. I have to say, I actually really liked it. It was very cute.
I
Um,
love Pip.
If you want to pull the thread and change everything, then pull it.